Unmasking the Blueprint is a unique visual podcast that will begin each show with a blueprint shuffle. Yep, you heard me correctly. We will be shuffling. Grab a pen and a paper because the nuggets will be dropped for you to use and grow. We will interview business owners and music artists, and you'll be able to meet the person behind the brand. Each show will have a giveaway, so stay tuned to win.
Woo! Thank you, my husband. Thank you, my husband. Thank y'all for tuning in on this wonderful Tuesday. As always, guys, y'all know I've been posting up my passion. Y'all better go ahead and go on my website and get that passion. It's only $21. It helps all our ladies and men. And I'm talking about that passion for a reason because I have Goddess Inkwell on here, and baby, when she get done, y'all gonna wish I would have go ahead and purchase that thing last week, like I told y'all. Hey, boo, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I am great. And so your stage name, your author name is Goddess Inkwell.
It
Okay.
is.
Okay. So how did we come about that?
Um, well, I've always done art,
Okay.
but I needed to make my art separate
Okay.
because this art, I don't need everybody to be able to have access to it.
Mm.
And I wanted to make sure I had a name that let you know that this was adult content as opposed to my art name, which is all kinds of content. So I just wanted to make sure. And I used the kink name that I use in the fetish community.
Oh, look. Mm. Okay. Told me that. Okay. So what made you decide to like write these books?
um, a lot of things. So I've been talking to people a lot, and as you already know, but most of the audience doesn't know that I enjoy talking about sex. I believe that being sex positive is really important, and I believe that it's super important that we as Black people get to experience and experiment with sex like everybody else. But there are a lot of hangups in our community, and then it causes a lot of miscommunication. As the pandemic was going on, I realized that Pornhub has a lot of stuff that has to do with just either Black BBWs or ebony or, black and white and all this stuff. And I like hentai because I'm a nerd and I like anime. So I go to the hentai page and it's nobody look like me over there. And then I started looking for other like art related kinky drawings that have to do with Black people and kink. And I realized that there is none or very few. And a lot of it has to do with like what we call race play, which is when there's a white partner and a Black partner. And so it usually ends up being a Black woman dominating a white guy, or a white man dominating a Black woman. And those are what we call race play. They're a little uncomfortable. And what about people that look like us? What about how can I make some artwork about people that look like us? So it started off being just that. I just started drawing, and it was a pandemic. I didn't have anything else to do. I was here by myself, and I don't have a nesting partner like you do, so I had to find some other places to put that energy.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so it came out in art.
Okay. So for the viewers, just so y'all know, I don't think that they actually know what the book is about. I don't think that you've said it. I think that you
Okay,
went around it, but
I
you know that
did.
you did. And so
I wanted to make sure people got in
yes,
first.
we are on YouTube and we are on Facebook. So we do have to kind of keep it zoned in a little bit so we don't get
Exactly.
censored. Um, Facebook definitely will censor us. YouTube, not so much, but Facebook definitely will censor
Exactly,
us.
which is why the front cover is censored but the rest is not.
Oh,
And so I'm
really?
going to show the front cover.
Okay.
So here's the book.
Okay.
And if you notice, everybody on that book cover looks like us.
Okay.
And I even got a light-skinned kind of person like you, just to make sure you felt included.
Okay. Okay.
But the idea is it's a kink book. It's called Kinky Tales.
Kinky
The
tails. Okay.
subtitle is that Josh gonna learn today. And just in case you only saw the title and subtitle, I needed you to also know that there's a play on the word kinky, and it's also, especially Black people. So when people who don't look like us read the title, they're like, Josh gonna learn. What is he gonna learn? But when we read it, Josh gonna learn
Learn
today.
today.
And you already kind of get an idea that there
Right.
is something gonna happen to Josh.
Right.
And I came up with this story literally by driving through Texas. When you see that sign that says "Don't pick up hitchhikers," because there's a correctional facility near, and I thought, what if we did pick him up, and what if we flipped the tables on him? And so this is a cautionary tale of what could happen. And so it took me learning a whole new set of skills in order to make this book.
Okay.
It wasn't just so the artwork I usually make is body painting, but my degree is in illustration, and I've never gotten to use it. All this time, like, I illustrate on bodies, but it's not the same as illustrating in a book. So it's been really interesting to kind of learn this process. I redid it 4 times. I drew it all first before I wrote, which is not recommended, because I really was hoping that somebody was going to save me and go, you know what, that's really cool, I'll write it for you. And it took me.
Wait a minute. Okay. So you wanted to draw it. Like, so the drawing, the illustration was like there. But you was hoping that as you was drawing, somebody was like, you know what, I'll write it for you. And like, so it never kind of happened. So you end up writing the book, and you end up illustrating the book.
I did.
I got you.
And it's really hard because, like, why aren't writers falling from heaven to write my book for me? Hello. So
Okay.
I was like,
so it's called Kinky what?
Kinky Tales.
Kinky Tales. So from a writer of myself, I don't know if I would know what to write. So I would think you would have to write it. Did you hear my whole voice?
Exactly.
You're going to need to write it.
Exactly. The funniest part is that I tried to hire a ghostwriter.
Really?
And yes. So that's a crazy, it's a crazy way that it works, because I hired this ghostwriter and she was like, real nice. Yes, I think this would be great. I said, can I see your portfolio? And it was all children's books. And I was like, okay, are you sure you want to do this? This is adult. This is filthy work. I need you to understand that there are things that we talk about in this book that, is a little bit different than what we think of as missionary, good Christian sex. So I need you to understand that. Are you okay with that? She was like, oh, it's fine. I understand. I went through the book with her, page by page. Like, this is what I'm interested in. And she was like taking notes and everything. And what I got back was a hot mess. The voice was just wrong. It was stilted because she didn't understand what was happening. And I was heartbroken. And then I had another person who was going to write with me who is into kink and does understand the community, but they just procrastinated until, my deadlines were coming up and I just had to do it myself. So at this point, I'm very excited because I didn't think I could write
And you did
because
great.
I know I can draw
Right.
and I know I can tell a story, but they always go on and on and on. So I was like, oh my God, how do I do this? How do I make it,
Put an end.
this amount of,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Um, and so I got a lot of positive feedback. And then I got these two majorly negative. Well, they weren't negative. I'll take that back. They were very constructive, but they were from people who I really admire. And I was heartbroken. And I went on like a tirade of like, F them folks and, they can kiss mine. And oh my God, I went complete Scorpio. And I was like, you know what? They suck. They get crossed out. I'm not talking to them no more. Like I was so mad. And I had a friend like kind of talk me down and help me understand the criticism and understand like this you can keep and hold because this is important. This maybe not so much. This that could be just their opinion. Everything that's criticized is not always fact. And
Right.
so because I was ready to throw the book away, I was like, well, that's done. I won't be doing that anymore. And so now yeah, I got through that, but that was really hard.
I'm
That was
I'm
really
so
hard.
glad that you did, even though I haven't read it yet. I plan on reading it. I plan on coloring in it. I plan on coloring in the coloring book. What's up, Shay Shay? Um, and so I do plan on buying one and I do plan on coloring in one. And so I'm glad that you didn't allow that because you probably don't even know it. I wrote a song and we've been knowing each other since Spit High. I can't sing and I have no rhythm. Um, but I had got so sick of Facebook blocking me. Like I get into these tangents and I just get so crunk and then Facebook blocks my stuff. And so I was like, I'm gonna write my own song with my own beats. So when I'm going through my wow moment, I can just be jamming and Facebook can't block it, right? And so I made my own song and people was like, but you don't have any rhythm. And I was like, so? But but you can't sing. And I was like, so? Right? And so and so I love it because one thing about it, I don't want to. I'm not gonna say about it being a Scorpio, but I'm gonna say one thing about a Scorpio. Once we say we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it regardless. We're gonna make it happen.
Exactly.
Like, period. It don't matter how it's gonna happen, but I promise you it's gonna happen. And so I love that you made it happen because it's something that's just instilled in us. It really is. We're like so stubborn. Like if we say it, it's gonna happen. Just hard headed, whatever. You right, Shay, hard headed, but it's gonna happen. And so I'm super proud of you doing the illustration. I'm super proud of you writing the book. Guys, I've never had anybody on the show. Usually the show is for everybody. But she do her book is kinky books. So
Kinky
it
tail.
is kinky tales. So it is a rated R show. So make sure that the children isn't listening because just in case something slip out that you're not supposed to say. But just because her material is rated R, we all do rated R things. And I feel like she's just as important as anybody else. She still is a business owner. She still is an author. She still has the same struggles that we have, and her voice still needs to be heard. And so that's why she's on the show. And if you take away what she's doing, she has the same struggle as everybody else that's been on the show. The same insecurities, the same strengths, the same. And so Vanetta, the name of the show is Unmasking the Blueprint, which I'm pretty sure you know. And so the purpose of the show is I interview the people behind the brand. And so that the audience, so those who are listening who want to be entrepreneurs can see that we're just like them. Entrepreneurship is hard. That's what they're saying in the thing. And so if they can know that it is hard, but we've all been through it and we've all got through it. And would you trade it for anything else?
No.
No.
This is my third business.
So we
And I've been
do.
running, my body art business is 18 years old now because it's the same age as my daughter. So,
Okay.
so
Kind of easy to know.
yeah, and it is something that is very hard. I think what made this even harder, not harder, put me in a territory of uncharted waters was it's a different medium, and there's a lot more rules about what I can and can't do on the internet. So TikTok is mad. They like, we finna block you for real. Like you
Oh,
you
you
gonna lose
will
your
go to
page.
jail. TikTok will shut you down, and Facebook will put you in jail. Like
Exactly.
I go to jail for stuff. I'll be like, for what? I'm like, I get penises in my inbox all the time. Like,
You can send them to there's a thing here in Texas where you can have them fined for because unsolicited dick pics are very much a thing that you can it's an arrestable offense now.
shut the front door. So that could be why I haven't gotten any recently. So that's
Exactly.
funny. I haven't got any recently. And you know what? I just ain't thought about it till you said it. I used to get them so much. I used to get so mad because I'd be like, people can send me penises all day. All I do is send you stuff that I'm selling. And I'm like, you're banned for 24 hours for sending too many inboxes. I'm like, but he can send me a penis all day. I'm confused, right? And so it's so crazy to me. And so, okay, so in Texas, it's illegal to send it. Didn't know
It
that.
is. It went into effect I want to say 2019 or 2018. But what I get in my
Send
inboxes
me another penis if anybody wants to on Instagram or Facebook. You're going to jail. God dang it. I'm sick of it.
exactly.
Sick of it.
I think what's really fun for me is that people are getting a lot more creative in my inbox. So with the name Goddess
I'm
Inkwell,
scared.
and because of what I write and what my brand is about, it's a very adult brand. So um, I get a lot of people in my box who want to perform for me, who want to come and clean my house, who want to rub my feet and things like that. And I'm like,
Oh,
this could be fun. Send me money. If you send me money, I don't know. I might consider it, but I
well,
won't.
I guess I'm naive. I didn't know what a dang, I can't think of the word of it now. I used to always get asked to be somebody's oh
Dom,
hell, no, something they used to always ask me, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" My son to my, "Don't answer it, mom. Don't answer it." I was like, "Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know. It was only on stupid thing on Instagram." Okay, so somebody wanted to know how was it hard to publish?
yes. And so I ended up self-publishing. So I already planned to self-publish because I already knew there was going to be a huge hurdle
Issue exactly,
to
exactly.
getting published. So I was already going to self-publish, but my goal had been self-publish and still sell, from my own brand, selling all the
Ooh.
places. And a forest website decided that my work is too filthy, and I was like, you people sell the rose. I don't understand why my work is too filthy when I noticed some of the stuff y'all sell. But yeah, it got I didn't even get to get banned. They were just like, if you put this on our site, it's going down because we're telling you now this can't be on our site. And so that was disappointing. But yeah, I found out that Walmart will sell it. So it's on the Walmart.com website if you looked it up.
You is
But
lying.
isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Walmart's like, whatever, we'll take the money. We'll take it.
Whatever. Give us the coinages. I can't. So somebody said I be promoting products and they be promoting penises. I guess it's the same thing. It is not. Shay said so. Now we on a feet fetish.
I mean, there's a whole website for feet called WikiFeet, and apparently people be on there showing their feet and showing celebrity feet and paying for pictures of celebrity feet. So, I mean, I should have did a feet OnlyFans, and I probably could have made way more money, but this was fun.
Okay. Shay say Walmart has came up. I am appalled. Okay, so how many books have you written so far?
Okay, so the first book was The Kinky Tales, like I showed you.
The Kinky Tales.
The
Okay.
second one,
okay,
is the Kinky Tales coloring book.
Oh, so
because
wait. So Kinky Tales comic book.
There's a comic book, and then there's a coloring book.
Okay.
And then in production right now, I have an alphabet, like learn your alphabet, kinky alphabet book. So it's gonna have the pictures and the definitions, and then I have a big
Are these
like a
Ebonic definitions? Are these the real definitions?
Both.
Oh.
So they are from a kinky dictionary, but I'm making sure that they make more sense to us. That makes sense.
Okay.
Because I do want I want to create a brand that helps people understand all the different things that kink is. What you say?
Alpha say, all right now. She said, all right now. Be very afraid, okay? Be very afraid.
That's fine with me. But then the last thing is that there's a activity book. So like word searches and things like that, but also things that you would need if you're getting into kink. Like, so there's a page in there that you can learn how to negotiate a scene. Everybody thinks that kink is just like a free for all, but it isn't. It has a lot of communication, a lot of consent, and consent is a very sexy thing. But a lot of people don't know how to do it, and they feel like, oh my God, it's so intimidating. But you really want to make sure that you know the person, you know how to, the things that you like. And a lot of people don't know what they like. So I have some pages in there to kind of help people figure it out.
So somebody that made a rhyme. Kinky tales, these are the tales that we tell. Boom.
I should have did that.
So hold on. So kinky tales is not just me getting a little black straps and just beat my husband. So that's just not kinky. Like that's not how to, that's not how to go.
It can be kinky if you both agree that that's kinky and that you are both into it.
Oh, so when he's saying no, then like that's like not how that works. Oh,
okay.
No.
And like I really want to make sure that people understand all the different things that are involved.
Oh, that's good. So I say you need to come up with kinky cards.
Oh, they're coming.
And a couple card game. And that's S&M?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So it's BDSM, but bondage, submission. What's the M? No, bondage, sadism, masochism, and
oh no, that's
domination.
That's too much for me. I'm out. Yeah. What an out button? Out. Buzz.
You a lie. You a lie. You a lie.
I'm buzzing.
Y'all,
out.
She lying. She trying to pretend like she not. Oh, I don't like that.
I'm going to church. It's too much.
You can go to church, and then in the evening you can still have fun with your husband. Consent. Don't matter.
There's too many S&M's and sisters and stuff going on. I just want to beat it with the little rope thing. Just
exactly.
I didn't know it had to be consent. Like you just do what the hell I say. You should have.
Well, we know you're a biter, so
Exactly. Duh.
I think that, but I really do want people to know a little bit more about it and have fun learning. And
I like
so
that.
by putting it in this form,
Yeah.
it's something that like, so in my other business, I had somebody come in to get painted.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was painting them, I said, "Oh, by the way, I wrote this book." And their partner was sitting there and was like, "Do you mind if I read it?" I was like, "No." And she was like, "Oh my God, he just sat there and read that whole thing cover to cover. I'm buying it, you know?" And they enjoy like learning together and kind of looking at the pictures and getting some ideas and things like that. So,
I am putting my hand up. What time is it? I don't slap people anymore
oh, really?
as of right now.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good for you. I'm glad you have growth.
Yes. She said, "Well, everybody know that Rachel go around slapping people."
Let's see, where is it? I have a scar somewhere.
Oh Lord!
Oh, it's right here. I have a scar from where Rochelle burned me with a curling iron, y'all. A curling iron. And that was not with consent. So like we know that you enjoy inflicting pain. So why not get consent and have more fun with it? That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying.
I just want to say I was a child.
And I was too.
Exactly. To plead the fifth. I beat up a lot of people, but I was under 18. Somebody got to give me credit for that. I have to be that has to go into the pits of hell.
Okay. I
Can
won't
I
say it
can
anymore.
yes.
But I
Can
want to
we
say that Shay started it. Shay started it.
Shay, you started it. Can we not ever bring this up no more? I done heard about me
Okay, we
slapping
done.
people.
We done.
Done. We talking about sex right now. I guess sex and slapping all go together. That's how I got
It
started.
could.
It kind of
It
do.
could. And I think that that's the thing that when you
She,
start to understand
Shay
it,
said she did not start it. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. You did
okay.
start it. Oh Lord. Can y'all tell we've been friends way too long? Can y'all tell when we've been friends way too long? Jesus. I'm gonna plead the fifth. God dang it.
Okay.
Almost every other show, people keep bringing up me slapping folks.
You
I can't.
said to unmask the blueprint. That is part of your blueprint. I'm just saying.
Do you know how long ago that was?
But it made you who you are today. If you weren't slapping folks then, you wouldn't have gotten out your system so that now you don't slap folks as much.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't slap folks.
Well, if you would not have ever slapped people, it couldn't. Well, if you wouldn't have been slapping people, we couldn't be saying it. That's why people finna start back getting slapped. If I start slapping people, then people quit bringing it up. See, I
Well,
want that girl.
that's
You
why
know
I'm
what?
glad I'm not in the same room as you, and we are unmasking over the internet because I would not be saying these things in your face because I would be afraid to get slapped.
You know what? I'm not doing this on my show. I am not a bully. Okay. This is not. We don't do bullies. I can't even defend my darn self. Wait a minute, and then quit laughing. Why y'all laughing? I'm sick of this mess. She said, "Yes, no one is safe." Okay, we're gonna get on. Serious note. Let's start over. And now I'm feeling bullied right now. I'm feeling really bullied right now. Hey, God, as somebody said. Oh, hey, Ron.
Hello.
Ron, they picking on me on my show.
Stop crying. You're all right. It's okay. It's
Okay.
okay.
All right, guys. On a serious note, I don't condone bullying. Maybe I used to be a bully. I don't know. I'm gonna say I wasn't. it's all in the family.
That's
I was
true.
I was bullied first, and then I just started bullying other people. I learned it. It was a learned behavior. God dang it! All right,
We'll let you make it then.
got me all hot up in here. They was picking on you. They were. What you do, goddess? Yes. Sis,
I
yes,
didn't do anything, and she
yes.
consented by having me on the show. So
So what is next for the goddess? Okay, so enough about racial bullying, folks. Jesus. All right, so what did you? All right, so we talked about. So y'all know she has 2 books that's out, right? That's already out. They can go to Walmart
Goddess,
and Goddess.
they can go to Walmart, but Walmart.com. But they can also go to my website, which is goddessinkwell.com, and they can purchase it, and that's where all the new content gets put. So
What?
every
Okay,
time I come up with something new, it goes on there.
okay. So that's where that's gonna get put, and then she has another new book that's about to come out, which is going to be a crossword puzzle,
It's an activity book
an
with
activity
crossword
book.
puzzles and other things like that. And then there's the alphabet book, which is
Is
like
that a
all
whole
the
separate
definitions.
book?
That's a whole separate book. Yes,
So okay, so you have 2 new books coming out.
3.
Oh,
The other one is just mindful coloring, because some people just like to color, and they like those really intricate designs. But the thing is that there are very few that have like adult themes. So I made some with adult themes.
I love it, guys. Entrepreneurship is finding a gap in something and creating it. So I couldn't get that out right, but y'all know what I was trying to say. So what she did was she found a gap in what she was looking for, and so she's creating a gap. She is creating the gap in what she needs, and that's what entrepreneurship is, And so I love it. And so what she was saying is she's a woman of color, and she likes to be kinky, and she likes to see people of color be kinky in books, right? And she wasn't finding it. And so what did she do? So she went and created her own kinky books. Guys, boom, right? And so now she's creating a whole kinky collection of books. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, and so she has 3 more things that's coming out. That's one. Okay, so they want to know: are you still doing body painting?
That other lady is. Yes, I'm still doing body painting.
Okay, so what she's trying to do. So what she's trying to do, and if I'm stepping out of turn, fix it. But what she's trying to do is she's trying to put a division between the 2 people, because her body art is for everybody, but her books is for nasty folks. Oh, my bad, I didn't mean to say that. For the kinky
And
folks.
here's the thing though, guys. So I do kinky body paint
Okay.
under Goddess Inkwell. So I still do the body painting under Goddess Inkwell, but the body painting persona has to be a little different, just because people are weird. Even though like it's 2 different names, sometimes people don't like, if they put it all together, then it stays all together, and all the algorithms get messed up, and then I lose viewership on my other page. So I'm keeping it very separate.
Okay.
I hope that makes sense.
Okay. So on this show, we're not going to talk about her body art, guys. So we'll bring her back in on another show, and I get what you're saying. So I get it. And so, like, Rachel Pens, who is unmasking, who is an amazing person, don't want to be talking about slapping folks. Period.
Look at the callback. Look at the callback.
Did you see the eyes crossed? Period. Poop. Okay. So, free you missed it. They was double teaming me a second ago. I just had to defend myself. All right. So, So Free says she understands what you're saying. Ron is laughing. Nobody likes you picking on me. Shay, nobody like y'all picking on me. The
I
market is
think they do.
they don't. And so yeah, so Free was saying that she get what you're saying about separation, and she was like she liked that you was saying that you created what you like. And so I
Mm.
love that. And so that's why when I tell y'all all the time, and this, so when I do it, I love the show because, wow, that shouldn't do you. I know they shouldn't do me like that. And so so what I love about the show is that people get to see real people like yourself, and they get to see your struggle and what you went through. And I love how detailed you were with the illustration and the thought process and everything. And so they can see too, like, I really want to do this, but I'm struggling with this. But y'all see at the end, she still pulled it all together. And now that she's at the end, look at all the ideas that's flowing to her from one idea. And I tell y'all that all the time. We should not have one idea. We should not be doing one thing. Walmart sells a million things. Amazon does a million things, you know? And so I love it, Vanetta. Let me get off the roll. Okay, cool. All right, what else we got? Do you have anything else coming up?
I do. So one of the things that ultimately this is about like educating people,
Okay.
people of color, specifically about what kink is, what kink isn't, what kink can be, and so on and so forth. So I will be at this conference this weekend called Beyond Vanilla, and it's in Dallas. You can look it up. It's beyondvanilla.org, I think. And I'll be on a panel of Black women talking about um, being sex positive. And then in November, for our birthday weekend, I am going to be in Killeen
Mm-hmm.
at this event called the CTX Thanksgiving.
Mm.
And it is a kinky event for people of color here in Texas. And I've been going for probably about 5 years now. And it's something that I think is really important because I've been in spaces that are, mixed, but being in a space that has brown people is just very different. It's like the difference between going to a picnic and going to the barbecue. You can feel the energy, the difference, even if you don't know not one person at the barbecue. It don't matter; they're gonna feed you. Whereas, you know, that feeling of just inclusiveness is so important. And when you feel included, it's easier to learn and it's more fun and it becomes something that I like to do over and over. So those are the things I have coming up.
Okay. Free said kinky should not be viewed as nasty. We all have what we like. We just desire outwardly expressions. Thank you, Free. And I think I
Exactly.
did
Thank
say
you.
nasty earlier. And you know what? Let me say something. I've been knowing her for since Spit High, and so I did not mean to offend her. And so if I did offend, if it sounded rude, it was not. Just wanted to put that out to the audience because people don't know like that. I know you like that. Always inclusive over and over. Exactly. Exactly. We definitely want this to be a very safe place for anybody to come on the show. I don't even care if I agree or don't agree with the lifestyle, But everybody know I've been on Vanessa. She already told y'all that I bit her. I can't. I've been on. That's how long I've been on Vanessa. Let it. Let it go. So no. So thank you, Free, because I do. Because the audience don't know that I know you, especially people who's going to be on iHeartRadio and stuff. So if something came out wrong, I want to make sure that they know that it was not nothing was in harm.
Exactly.
When I was saying about separation, right? Yeah, it's safe for everybody to express themselves. I always
And
want everybody to be welcome. Go ahead.
one of the things that I'm really excited about is that the next comic book is going to deal with more information about Josh's story. So Josh is done this story arc, and now he's doing something else with Megan and Jade, and he's learning some more things. And we're gonna put him through the paces yet again before we move to a different character. So that's been fun to write as well. And I wrote the words first on that one, so I'm excited. But the other thing is that in this writing this has helped me so much feel more creative and then write more. And the more I write, the more I enjoy it. And as a result, um, got a job writing for a video game. So
Wow.
whenever that's released, it'll probably be 3 years from now, but that's been really fun too. So again, entrepreneurship can build on other things, and I just wanted to figure out what I like.
I love it. I love it. So Ron said, "Oh, so you bit her? So that's what God is from." So Free said, "Congratulations, congrats." Self-expression should be taboo as long as I don't know. It just went up the door. Multi doors are opening. Absolutely, absolutely. And so I'm super proud of all your endeavors. Super, super proud. I'm so glad that you stepped out on your endeavors and didn't allow. And I don't know if everybody heard the beginning, but she wrote the first book, and people had said some negative things about it. People who she looked up to, who inspired her, and she almost was like trashed the book, like right, and she kept going anyway. And so I want y'all to know that just because you decide to start something, and not everybody, or even the closest people to you, try to stomp on that dream, don't do it, especially if you've done the research, especially if you know that it's something that's going to work. Don't let nobody stop you from doing it. You just keep going and you just keep going, because now this beautiful entrepreneur has multi books coming, multi platforms, and she's still getting those. I want y'all to understand, just because she's getting yeses, she's still getting no's. And I think that's the part of entrepreneurship. That's why people fail. They always think, oh, I made it, boom, I get hit. Oh, I made it, boom, I got hit. That's part of entrepreneurship. So before, I don't even know what I see left over there. Before I even read any more comments, before you send us out, what can they do to get a free copy of the book? You giving away a free copy of a book?
I am ebook. I'm getting a free copy of the ebook because
And how
the
do
paper
they?
books are expensive.
Okay.
But let's see. I
Oh
think that
wait, honey, please hold on. You think of
oh
that one?
goodness,
They say please answer my question. Okay,
what's the
go ahead.
question?
I do not know, but please. Where's your question at? Can you ask it again? Can you type it in there again?
Just so y'all know, I can't see the question, so if I could, I would be
So
reading
why
to.
do you feel like taboo is? Why do you feel like kinky is taboo to the Black community?
Um,
I think
that
that's
is an awesome question. Thank you for so much for asking and reminding us to answer it. Um, so in the Black community, our sexuality is tied. Our expression of sexuality has been um, tied to a lot of things that connect Christianity and like the white gaze. And so I really think that it makes it hard for us to figure out who we are because there's so much other stuff piled on top. And we're told when we're young, like I remember being told at church in girls auxiliary that like don't let them boys talk up under your dress. And I was like, what they doing on the floor? Like that doesn't make sense to me. Um, we don't say the words, we don't talk about what it actually is. We call it the nasty, we call it doing it. We package it in all these ways that make it inaccessible. So we don't explore it. We don't get to know it. We don't get to understand it. And then there's things that we're told that are bad and we shouldn't do. And then we get in committed relationships and then our partner wants that. And then um, I have a friend whose partner really wanted to be spanked, and she didn't want to because she felt that that was wrong. And then he left her for someone who would spank him because that was something he really needed. And instead of, she could have really just embraced that it was something different. And I think that that's a big reason why we don't explore it as much, because there's so much baggage on top of Black expression of love and sex and lust and all that stuff. White
So,
supremacy, you know.
somebody said, "Don't let them get in your pocketbook."
I didn't know what that one meant either. I was like, why would everything was
What?
so literal to me, and I had like images in my head of like what they doing.
Like
Why would
what?
they? Why would you be climbing into my pocket? Whatever.
What do you want me to do with that? So,
So, but that's part of the reason why I wrote the book. And it's funny because at first I was really uncomfortable with showing it to Black men because there's a lot of interesting things that we do with Black men in the book. And like, if you are not into kink, you may be offended.
okay.
But what I found is that um, a few people were reading over my shoulder and they were like, hey, come here. Like, what? Uh,
What
did you
is
write that? Yeah. Are you nasty? Yeah. Oh my
Rachel
God.
word? You nasty.
They go, your book made my heart. And I was like, oh, well, that's what it was supposed to do. You should buy it so you can read it more often.
That
And
that was kind of the
he
job.
was like, oh, yeah, that's, and I said, it comes in a package that has nothing on the outside. So, you got to worry about that. And so, I think it's good to explore. And I think that I'm hoping that I'm giving people just some ideas to just think about. You don't have to do it, but thinking might get you to do something a little bit more adventurous in your bedroom. Maybe, you see something in my book and you're like, well, I ain't gonna go that far, but I might go halfway. So I'm just trying to encourage people to have fun while they're exploring their own likes and dislikes and kinks, and to do it safely.
Gotcha. Okay, so before she tell us some nuggets to go out, how can somebody win?
All right, somebody can win by going to my Facebook page, the Goddess
Okay,
Inkwell,
got it.
and
Inkwell.
it has the link for this show. They got that part.
Um,
It has a link for this show, and what I want them to do is to share it 10 times while tagging me in it, and the first 5 to get it to do that, I will send them the book. It's
okay,
super easy. um I just want to help people
that's smart.
get more
That's smart.
ideas.
So you're giving away 5 ebooks then. Is that
5.
what I heard? She's giving away
Mhm.
5 ebooks for the first 5 people to share it 10 times. So you gotta share and tag her, correct? Did I say it right?
Yes, tag us both. Actually, tag us both.
So okay, tag us both. So share it and tag both of us. Unmasking and Goddess Inkwell. Share, tag, share, for 10 times.
10 times.
10 times. 10 times. And thank you, Boo, for considering unmasking. You gotta do unmasking too, baby. Baby.
If it don't have both, you're not getting it.
If you
Sorry.
don't have both, you ain't getting it.
And don't be sharing it to the same page, y'all. Share it
Boom.
to some groups, and like,
Exactly.
I need to
Exactly.
see different areas. I don't share it to your church group though. Don't
Oh,
share it to your church group because we're not gonna get the pastor in trouble. He might
okay.
be liking it too much.
So we're gonna have Vanetta give us some nuggets out, and then we're gonna dance out. And just so you know, if you want to send me and Ernest some free cards so we can kind of let you know if they work or whatever, just let me know because I don't like mind being a guinea pig. I don't mind. Just
Actually, that's a great idea
it is a
because,
great idea. So I
you
can be like,
know,
let me tell you about these words that I
I got
have.
so many ideas too. So
Okay.
definitely.
All right, guys. So give us some nuggets. Give us some nuggets.
All right. I'm a little bit unclear about what the nuggets can be and how
So
safe I
the
need to be.
the nuggets are oh my god. So the nuggets are for someone who's listening who just giving them some advice on starting their own writing their own book, starting their own business. So
Okay.
it can even be confidence.
Okay. Um, I think the most important thing that I'm learning, um, which is a little bit different than people who have never started a business. This is, a pivot from the business I already had. The most important things that I learned is that I had to relearn that failure is not the end,
Oh, that's
you
good.
know,
That's good.
because when you have one business and it works, and then you decide to pivot into something else, you expect to be good at it, and you may not
Right.
be.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes.
And so I had
Yes.
to relearn how to fail and use that as a learning point and not just the end. And I think that those criticisms that I got, um, and I've gotten a lot more now that aren't that great. And I sometimes I go, well, that's not my audience, and sometimes I'm like, you know what, that makes sense. That's Thank you for that. But learning how to fail again has been the most important for me because a lot of us we don't know how to fail. We think that success is only when you win, and that's not always the case. I went to a conference to sell my book, and it was an adult conference for porn stars.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent all this money. It was my last bit of money, and my books didn't come in, so I didn't have books to sell, and just like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, and I got COVID. So just thing after thing, and I remember coming back and going, okay, I'm done. Like I'm never doing that again. And then my homegirl called me up and she was like, nah, we're gonna do it again, but we're gonna do it with less money. Like we're not gonna spend that much money. We're gonna go there, we're gonna do it on the fly, we're gonna, do it this way. And it made so much more sense. And I had to really like re-examine, like, okay, that didn't work, why? And
Mm-hmm.
then come up with like
Ooh,
how to
yes.
fix it. Because I think that we stop at the it didn't work,
Yes.
but we really need to investigate further as to why didn't it work and what are some ways that you can learn from what did work. Because I did make money, I just didn't make the money I thought I was going to make. And
Right. Right.
so my pivot was finding people that look like my book and being like, oh, did you know I wrote a book about you, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
um but
Yeah.
also, I had all my clothes on and everybody else was not clothed. This is the first time I was the one not that was clothed, and it was really weird because I like I said, I got COVID, so I was cold in a space that wasn't really that cold. So it was a lot, but I'm so glad I went, and next year is going to be amazing. So I can't wait.
Thank you so much for the nuggets, guys. I hope y'all got those nuggets because entrepreneurship is not for the weak, and she didn't get y'all nuggets after nuggets after nuggets. Thank you so much for on your busy schedule fitting us in. We definitely appreciate it. I don't see my dancer. Oh, there he go. So are you gonna dance us out?
I am not.
Like not at all. See, that's why people
Nope.
get. That's why. Damn, because people don't listen to me. Thank you. They said thank you for teaching us. Thank you so much for being on. I definitely reach back out a little bit later and share some of your stuff on unmasking. When you have something else coming on, we'll definitely have you. And then I have some amazing products. I'm gonna talk to you about them later.
Okay.
Bye, boo.
Thank you so much. I really
Thank you for
appreciate it.
coming on.
Thank you.
Husband, we should make her dance us out.
Let's do it.
Move your arm,
I'll
Vanetta.
watch y'all.
It
I'm
would
gonna
be
watch
so
y'all.
please if you would leave a review, a rating, and subscribe to my show.
Free. Make her move her arm, free.
Friends, if you enjoyed the show, this show, A Master the Blueprint, is for you. So send me a message with the topics you want us to discuss. Until next time, y'all stay safe.
I like y'all's dancing though. It's very cute.
Yeah, I wasn't even on the thing, but we do actually have a routine.